Hello, students, and welcome back once again to our history class. I hope all of you are doing very well. So, without further delay, let's start our today's topic, that is the Indus Valley civilization. So, today we will start from the society. So, what about the social structure? So, the Harappan society consisted of several groups like rulers, merchants, traders, and artisans, farmers, and manual laborers. Manual laborers means the physical work done by humans. Okay, so those were the manual laborers. Food, wheat was the staple food. So, in this valley, people staple food was wheat, and farmers also grew barley, mustard, fruits, and vegetables. Milk, meat, fish, and eggs formed a part of their diet. So, dress and ornaments. So, what the people of Indus Valley used to wear? Okay, let's see. So, people used to wear cotton and woolen garments. Okay, they used to wear two pieces. The men used to wear the dhoti kind of, okay, dhoti like something as an undergarment. Okay, and the women used to wear skirts. Okay, the upper garment was shawl worn around the shoulder. Now both men and women used to wear ornaments. Okay, they used to wear necklace, amulets. See, this is the picture of amulet. Okay, they used to wear finger rings. Now the women used to wear headdress, earrings, bangles. Now girls, okay, so this is a picture of girls. Then they used to wear bracelets, anklets, men, which girls generally wear in their leg. Okay, the rich used to wear ornaments made up of gold, silver, and ivory. Ivory, the teeth of the elephant. Yes, so the poor used to wear ornaments, but those were made up of shell, bone, and copper jewelry. Okay, the men used to keep beards, and their hair was combed backward and was either cut short or coiled in a knot. Okay, on the top of the head, the women probably tied their hair tightly, and they used to wear hairpins and combs to keep their hair in place. And they also used to wear cosmetics. Okay, they also used cosmetics. Okay, now their recreation and amusement. Now, what these two words mean? These means the entertainment. Okay, the activities that they had done for their enjoyment. So they were fond of indoor games. Okay, rather than outdoor activities. They used to spend their free times dancing, singing, playing board games with dice. I hope all of you know what is a board game dice, like Ludo. Okay, so they used to play game also, like modern chess. Now it is called chess. Okay, similar types of game they used to play. Okay, now the children also played with various toys like wild cards, dolls, animals with movable heads, sliding monkeys, rattles, whistles. So these are some toys. Okay, and those toys were made up of baked clay or terracotta. Now, what is terracotta? It is in Italian. It means baked clay. Okay, and it came from the Latin word terra cotta. Okay, so the toys were generally made up of baked clay or terracotta. Okay, it's a reddish brown clay. Now, what was the occupation of the Indus Valley people? So basically, they were all farmers. Okay, they see, it's written the main occupation of the people of Indus Valley was farming, and farmer used to grow wheat, barley, fruits, and vegetables. They were the first people in the world to cultivate cotton. Now, who was the first people to cultivate wheat? We read it in our first chapter, that is the Mesopotamian people. And what about the Indus Valley people? They were the first people in the world to cultivate cotton. Okay, don't forget that. And the land was fertile, and the farmer grew enough surplus food, ample amount of food to feed the people. Okay. Now, what kind of animals they used to keep with themselves? So, goats, sheep, buffaloes, elephants, humped bulls were domesticated. Dogs and cats were also kept as pet. Okay. Art and craft. So, the Indus Valley people were excellent potters and skilled craftspeople. They made pottery of various shapes and sizes on the potter's wheel, and these pots were generally glazed and painted. Okay, glazed means I think shine. Okay, they made terracotta female figurine. Figurines means a small model of human. Okay, see in this picture you can see it, which were probably symbolic of the mother goddess. They also knew the art of using metals. So the goldsmith, we all know what is the work of a goldsmith: to make gold and silver jewelry, coppersmith to make utensils, and bronzesmith to make tools, weapons, and metal sculptures such as the famous figure of the dancing girl. Okay. They were also engaged in other crafts like bricklaying, boat making, stone cutting, masonry, and carpentry. Spinning, weaving were also important for them. How was their trade? So, in this valley, people carried on a flourishing trade with both within and outside India. They traded with a country like Mesopotamia. We read it in our previous chapter. Persia, now Iran, and Afghanistan. So, trade relation with Mesopotamia, we have seen that Mesopotamian seals in the cities of Indus Valley civilization and Harappan seals in the ancient cities of Mesopotamia. We read about it. Okay. So, the variety of weights and measures were also used, and trade was probably carried on by barter system. Now, what is a barter system? Barter system is an exchange of thing. Like if I give you sugar, instead of sugar, okay, I'll take some gold, maybe. Okay, for example, this is called barter system. I'll give you something, but I'll not pay you money. Okay, instead of money, I'll take something in return. Okay. So the trade was carried on both by land and sea routes. Bullock cars, boats, and ships were also probably used for transport. Okay, a dockyard has been discovered at Lothal. Now, what is a dockyard? A place where ship is built or repaired. Okay, so Lothal, where is it located now? Gujarat. We read in our previous class. So, a dockyard has been discovered at Lothal. Okay. Now seals. What are seals? The clay tablets. I hope you all can remember, right? So more than 2000 seals have been unearthed from various sites. Now what is unearthed? Means find out in by the process of excavating. Okay. They were generally small and flat. So what is the shape? What is, means if I tell you to describe a seal, what you will write? So you will write this one. They are generally small, flat, rectangular, or square in shape, and are made up of clay, soapstone. Okay, the soapstones are the kind of metamorphic rock. Okay, and copper, and they are skillfully carved with figures of humans and animals such as the unicorn, humped bull, goat, tiger, elephants, etc. And these seals were probably used by merchants and traders to stamp goods. So you can see in this picture, see it is a picture of a seal. Okay, this kind of things are drawn on different seals. Okay, they are small, flat, rectangular, sometimes squares also, and they were mainly made up of clay or soapstone or copper, and on the top of it some figures were engraved. Okay, and those figures were basically of humans or animals. Okay, seals are valuable source of information about the life and culture of the people, and they tell us about a great deal about their religious belief, artistic skill, trade contacts, dress, and ornaments. So the script engraved on the seals continues to puzzle the scholars and historians even today. Many important facts about Harappan life and culture will come to light if and when the script is deciphered, means when the script is converted into normal language. Okay, because we won't be able to understand their language, so we need to convert it in our today's language, means normal language, in order to know about different facts, different important facts about Harappan lifestyle and their culture. Okay, now come to the religion. So some of the object found in the ruin helps us to form an idea of the religion of the Harappan. No temples have been found, okay, but numerous smoke stained clay figures of female deity means goddess, okay, have been found. This was probably the mother goddess, as we have seen in that picture. Okay, so that was the figure of mother goddess. A three-faced figure sit in a yogic posture and surrounded by various animals engraved on some seals. Okay, now the peepal tree was considered as a sacred tree, and it was worshipped also. And the discovery of a large number of amulets suggests that people probably wore them as a lucky charm. So amulet, the people of this Indus Valley civilization, okay, the people used to wear the amulets. Why? In order to protect themselves from all the evil things, and as well as a lucky charm also. Okay, and like the Egyptian, the Harappan also believed in the life after death, same as the Egyptians also, same as the Mesopotamians also, because whenever they buried the dead bodies, they used to give food, utensils, ornaments, etc. with them, with the bodies, okay, during the burial. Sometimes they cremated the dead and kept the ashes and bones in an urn along with items of daily use. Now they used to bring the ashes and bones in an urn. This is an urn, okay, this is actually a vessel where the dead bodies are what to say, ash and bones we generally keep. Okay, now again, like a Mesopotamian civilization got ended, similarly Indus Valley also demolished once upon a time. So let's see. Decline and destruction of the Indus Valley civilization. So the Indus Valley civilization, which flourished about thousands years, came to an abrupt end, means sudden end. Suddenly it ended. Scholars have put forward various theories to explain its collapse. So the scholars or the knowledgeable people, okay, they have kept many theories for to explain that destruction of this Indus Valley civilization. Okay, suppose like natural calamities like earthquake, flood, or epidemics may have destroyed the cities. Epidemics means diseases. Okay, so some of the this can be one of the reason for its demolition or destruction. Invasion by foreign tribes like the Aryans may have led to its destruction. Maybe the Aryans invaded the Indus Valley civilization and destroyed that place. Okay, a change in the course of the river Indus may have made the land infertile. Now this can also be a reason. The Indus Valley civilization is India's earliest known urban civilization. The Harappan cities may be in ruins, but the reconstruction and rediscovery of our ancient culture from this ruin instill in us a feeling of great pride in our ancient and glorious past. So, the Indus Valley civilization is India's earliest urban civilization. We must be very proud of our glorious past or history. Okay, so I hope all of you enjoy learning this entire chapter. Go through the text, and whatever I'm giving you, go through those question answer properly. And today only I'll give you the question answers. Okay, read it properly. And for today, this much only. Meeting you again in our next class. Okay, till that time, take care and thank you.